October 1962, and it's the second playoff series in the last 4 years for the National League. Billy Pierce hurls a shutout victory for the Giants in the first game, but the second one is a wild scoring affair. In the ninth inning, Ron Fairley of the Dodgers flies to Willie Mays with the bases loaded, and the speedy Maury Wills comes racing home with a winning run. The Dodgers win 8-7, and the series is tied up. These old rivals already had struggled through 164 games, and now the pennant hangs in the balance in just one contest. In the decisive battle, Tommy Davis slams one of Juan Marichал's fastballs for a long drive to left in the sixth inning with Snyder on base. It's going, it's gone. And the Dodgers jump out in front 3-2. Marichal delivers with Maury Wills on first base in the seventh. There he goes, the spectacular Dodger who's been burning up the baselines all season trying to steal second, and he's safe. It's number 103 this year for Maury Wills. And now he's off again trying to steal third base. He comes sliding in, draws a wild throw. The ball sails down the left field line. Wills scrambles to his feet and continues on home to score. The Dodgers are now ahead 4-2. But the Giants, counted out so often during the season, bounce back again. They have a rally rolling in the ninth inning. Stan Williams comes in to pitch for the Dodgers. Orlando Cepeda greets him with a fly to right field. Pinch runner Ernie Bowman tags up, scores for the second run of the inning to tie it up at 4-4. Williams walks Ed Bailey intentionally, and the bases are filled again. But a very unintentional walk for Jim Davenport forces Philippe Ballou across, and the Giants lead. Mays scores on an error, and the Giants are ahead 6-4. 3 more outs, and the pennant is theirs. Billy Pierce is called to the mound. After he retires the first 2, Lee Walls flies to Willie Mays for the final out. It touches off a wild celebration in which Pierce is almost mobbed. And now it's on to San Francisco and the World Series for the New York Yankees. San Francisco, fascinating in its setting of rugged beauty. A huge bay and ocean water spanned by the Golden Gate Bridge. Picturesque cable cars climbing the steep hills. Fisherman's Wharf, just as distinctive. Candlestick Park, new home of the Giants, who came west in 1958, and the fans are eager for their first World Series. Mickey Mantle and Elston Howard of the Yankees seem confident. And so does Philippe Ballou of the Giants as he warms up. Ford Frick, High Commissioner of Baseball, is on hand early. Managers Al Dark and Ralph Houck exchange pleasantries, concealing the mounting tension. Whitey Ford, great clutch game hurler, warms up for the Yankees. Billy O'Dell of the Giants will make it an all-southpaw duel. The umpires talk over the ground rules. With the players lined up on the infield, the United States Marine Color Guard marches to center field. The crowd comes to attention for the national anthem. The Giants take the field. Tony Kubek steps to the plate, and the World Series is underway. Billy O'Dell breaks off a sharp curveball, and Kubek strikes out. Bobby Richardson, always a tough World Series performer, singles. Brilliant rookie Tom Tresh singles to center in his first World Series appearance, and Odell is quickly in trouble. But he strikes out Mickey Mantle. However, the danger isn't past. Roger Maris, who hit a record 61 homers in 1961, is up next. He takes a pitch for a strike. Then with the count 2-2, Maris swings and sends a long drive going deep to right field. Philippe Ballou races back toward the fence. Ballou leaps high above the fence, gets his glove on the ball, can't hold it. The ball drops, and so does Ballou after his brilliant try. Richardson and Tresh race home with the first runs of the series, and Maris pulls up with a double. Willie Mays, always a problem for Whitey Ford, faces him in the second inning and promptly singles, just to prove he hasn't lost his touch. Ford keeps Mays close. Howard tries to pick Willie off first. Whitey looks in to get his sign from Elston Howard. Jim Davenport at bat, raps a single to center field. Willie Mays races on around to third base to put him in scoring position with only one out. With two away, Jose Pagan lays down a beautiful surprise bunt. Mays scores, and the Giants have cut the Yankee lead to 2-1. In the Yankee third inning, Tom Tresh lifts a short pop fly toward right field. Chuck Hiller races out. Philippe Ballou comes charging in. Ballou dives and comes up with the ball. With one out in the Giant third inning, Chuck Hiller picks on the first pitch and strokes a double to left center. Philippe Ballou also pounces on Ford's first pitch for a shot past Clete Boyer. Hiller holds up at third. Then with two men on, Willie Mays comes through with a single to center field. Hiller comes on to score, and the Giants even the count at 2-2. Orlando Cepeda grounds to Richardson, who starts a double play that ends the rally. In the Yankee seventh, Boyer ties into one of Odell's pitches and sends a long drive. Going, it's gone. And some lucky kid is going to get a World Series souvenir. Boyer's homer gives the Yankees a 3-2 lead. With one out in the eighth inning, Maris cracks a single to right field for his second hit of the game. Elston Howard is hit by a pitched ball. Billy Odell seems to be tiring. His first pitch is wrapped for a single by Dale Long. Maris scores. Howard races to third. That's all for Odell, and Don Larson comes in to pitch. First batter Larson faces is Boyer. Clete lifts a pop fly into short left field. Pagan goes out to grab it, but Harvey Keene collides with him. The throw to the plate is delayed. The ball caroms off Bailey's glove. Howard scores, and the Yankees lead 5-2. After the Yankees score again in the ninth, Pagan opens the Giant half with a single to left field. Whitey Ford faces a possible late rally, but he gets pinch-batted Johnny Orsino to hit the ball into the dirt. The cat-like Boyer moves over to gather in the ball, tosses to Bobby Richardson at second base. Bobby makes the pivot, fires to first base, and it's a double play. Now only Harvey Keene stands in the way of a Whitey Ford victory. He flies to Mickey Mantle, and the Yankees win 6-2. Whitey's record string of World Series shutout innings was snapped at 33 2/3, but nonetheless he added to another record with his 10th World Series victory. Yankee Roger Maris takes his batting cuts before the second game. Jose Pagan, star Giant shortstop, loosens up. The Giants whirl through a brisk infield drill. Del Webb, co-owner of the Yankees, huddles with General Manager Roy Hamey and Ralph Houk, manager of the world champions. Ralph Terry, 23-game winner, will pitch for New York. Jack Sanford, who won 24, will start for San Francisco, and these rabid Giant fans will be cheering him on. Chuck Hiller leads off for the Giants in the first inning with a hard drive to right field. Roger Maris races over toward the line, makes a desperate attempt at a shoestring catch. For a split second, he seems to have the ball. It clings to his straining fingertips. But then the ball skids away. His momentum carries Maris into the right field corner. By the time he recovers, Hiller coasts into second with a two-base hit. Philippe Bellou pushes a sacrifice bunt to Dale Long that moves Hiller over to third base. Ralph Terry tries to hold Hiller on third, but Matty Alou grounds to Richardson, and Hiller scores to give the Giants a quick 1-0 lead. In the fifth inning, Pagan is hit by a pitch, but the safety helmet gives him perfect protection. And despite the fears of the crowd, Jose bounces back on his feet and trots off toward first base. In the seventh, McCovey connects solidly with all his 200 pounds behind the swing. It's going, it's gone. The Giants lead 2-0. With two away and Jim Davenport on second, Sanford singles to right field. Davenport tries to score. Maris's throw to Berra is in time, and Yogi tags him out at the plate. Jack Sanford, still pitching strongly, strikes out Boyer in the eighth inning. Pinch hitter Johnny Blanchard also strikes out, number 6 for Sanford. In the Giant eighth, Willie McCovey smashes the ball toward right, but Richardson dashes over to make a brilliant one-handed stab. The Giants have 2 men on with 2 out, and Bobby ruins their chance to pad the lead as he tosses out McCovey. After 2 out in the Yankee ninth, Mickey Mantle smashes a long drive to right field. It bounces off the fence, and Mickey races into second with a double. Maris now represents the tying run at the plate. Maris hits the first pitch to Hiller. He's thrown out easily, and the Giants win 2-0 on a brilliant 3-hitter by Jack Sanford, and the series is tied. The scene now shifts to Yankee Stadium. New York, with the world's most breathtaking skyline and bridges that fan out everywhere. Yankee Stadium, scene of more World Series than any ballpark in history. Willie Mays takes batting practice. Next is Chuck Hiller. And the Yankees, back home again, appear in a very relaxed mood. National League President Warren Giles, as usual, is a perfect reflection of beaming optimism. Vice President Chub Feeney and owner Horace Stoneham of the Giants are just as confident. The starting pitchers, Bill Stafford and Billy Pierce, pose for photographers before the game. A sellout crowd of 71,434, a testimonial to baseball's tremendous appeal. With a scoreless tie prevailing in the second, Pierce faces Howard. The Yankee catcher blasts a long drive to left. Philippe Bellou takes one look, starts backpedaling toward that low curving wall. The ball seems too high for him, but up he goes for a leaping one-handed stab of the ball. It just barely sticks in the web of the mitt. With the game still scoreless in the fifth, Elston Howard is on second with a double. Skowron lashes a terrific liner toward third. Davenport leaps up, grabs it. There's a throw to second base, and it's in time to double up Elston Howard. The shutout duel continues into the seventh. But Billy Pierce's first pitch in the inning is lined to center field by Tom Tresh for a single, and the Yankees pose a threat against the left-hander. Next, Mickey Mantle smashes a drive to left field for a base hit. As Philippe Bellou fields the ball, it takes a high hop. Tresh slides into third, and Mantle races on to second. Pierce takes his time with Roger Maris at bat. Maris rams the first pitch into right field. Tresh comes on in to score, and a moment later, Mantle also tallies while Roger reaches second. That's all for Pierce as Don Larson is called in. Elston Howard greets Larson with a fly ball. Willie Mays pulls it down in center field. Maris tags up and heads for third base. Makes it handily with only one away. Skowron is hit by one of Larson's pitches and goes to first. With only one out, Clete Boyer slaps a grounder to Pagan. In the attempt for the double play, the Giants just miss, and Roger Maris scores. Bill Stafford has a 3-0 shutout in the ninth inning when the irrepressible Willie Mays picks on Stafford's first pitch, cracks it into left field for a double that puts the shutout in jeopardy. After retiring the next two men, Stafford faces Ed Bailey. The big catcher slams the ball to deep right field. Look out now, it's going, it's gone. A home run. Willie Mays scores ahead of Bailey, and the Giants trail by only one run, 3-2. The tying run is now at the plate, but Davenport flies to Tresh for the final out, and the Yankees again lead in the series 2-1. Bill Stafford is warmly congratulated by his mates, but he owes an assist to Roger Maris, who figured in all the Yankee runs in the seventh inning rally started by Tresh and Mantle. Tom Haller, young Giant catcher, warms up. As usual, Willie Mays is completely at ease. Juan Marichal, high-kicking right-hander, will start for San Francisco. Whitey Ford, winner of the opener, will go for the Yankees. Another huge crowd awaits the action. After a scoreless first inning, Philippe Bellou opens the Giants' second with a hard smash down the third baseline, just out of the reach of Clete Boyer. The ball bounces into the left field corner. Tom Tresh runs it down, and Bellou pulls up for the double. With a 3-2 count, Tom Haller finds the next pitch in his power alley. He pulls a long drive to right. It's going, it's gone for the first World Series homer for the young San Francisco star, who divided the catching duties with Ed Bailey this year. Philippe Ballou scores ahead of Haller. And the big catcher receives a joyous welcome from his mates as the Giants take a 2-0 lead. Still trailing in the 6th inning, the Yankees threaten when Mantle and Maris draw walks off rookie Bob Bolin. Pagan tries to calm Bolin, who replaced Marichal after Juan injured a finger in the 5th inning. But Bill Skowron rams a hard smash toward left, and it goes through for his 3rd hit as Pagan narrowly misses on a desperate dive. Mantle scores. Boyer then picks on the first pitch for another single to left, and it's tied 2-2 as Maris comes across the plate. Manager Alvin Dark decides to gamble no further with a fireballing rookie. He calls in the veteran Don Larson, the one-time Yankee who once hurled a perfect game in the stadium. And Don stops the uprising. Jim Coates takes over the Yankee pitching in the 7th inning, and with Davenport on base and 1 out, Matty Alou bats for Jose Pagan. With the count 2-2, Matty slaps the ball just inside 3rd base. It goes down the line for a double that sends Davenport to 3rd. With the left-handed batting Ed Bailey coming up to bat, Ralph Houck brings in southpaw pitcher Marshall Bridges. Dark then switches to pinch hitter Bob Neiman. Bridges is ordered to walk Neiman intentionally, and the bases are loaded with the score tied. Bridges gets a 1-1 count on Hiller. And there it goes. A long drive deep to right field. Maris can't reach this one. It's gone. Davenport scores. Matty Alou scores. Bowman, a pinch runner, scores. And here comes Hiller. He hit only 3 homers all year, but he's made World Series history. It's only the 8th series Grand Slam, but the first by a National Leaguer. Another run in the 9th makes it Giants 7, Yankees 2. After Billy O'Dell retires Boyer in the Yankee 9th, Bowman makes a sensational stop on Lopez smash and throws him out. Kubek and Richardson hit safely. Then Tresh gets the 3rd straight single off O'Dell, and Kubek scores. But Dark stays with his pitcher even though there are 2 on and Mantle coming up. O'Dell makes Mantle hit the ball on the ground. Tresh is forced out at 2nd. The Giants win 7-3, and the series is all tied up again at 2 victories each. The Giants stole the Yankee thunder with a grand slam by Hiller and the earlier homer by Haller. Cletus Boyer takes a turn in the batting cage. All of the rest of the Yankees are also taking their routine warm-ups. Jack Sanford will pitch for the Giants. Rematched with Ralph Terry going for the Yankees. More than 63,000 spectators on hand for the last game in the stadium. With the game scoreless in the 3rd inning, Jose Pagan singles to center, and Mickey Mantle discourages any ideas about stretching the hit. After Sanford sacrifices, Chuck Hiller loops a double into left field. Pagan scores, and the Giants lead 1-0. After the Yankees had tied the score in the 4th, Pagan leads off for the Giants in the 5th inning. He slams a tremendous shot to left. Tresh dashes back to the wall, but the ball is gone. The littlest giant of them all is swinging the hottest bat in the series. 7 hits in 12 times at bat at this point. And San Francisco has forged ahead 2-1. With Richardson on third in the sixth, Sanford fires a low fastball that Maris misses. So does Haller, and Richardson breaks for the plate and is safe on a close play. The score is deadlocked again at 2-2. Jack Sanford opens the Yankee eighth inning by striking out Ralph Terry. Sanford's 10th strikeout. He has allowed only 3 scratch hits thus far. Now Tony Kubek snaps the charm as he whistles a line drive single to right field to give the Yankees their first real solid hit off the Husky Giant. Bobby Richardson pounces on the first pitch for another line single, and the Yankees have 2 men aboard. That brings up Tresh, and Dark seems disturbed. Here's the pitch. Tresh swings. Look out now. There's a long drive going to deep right field. It's going, and it is gone for a 3-run home run. Kubek and Richardson score ahead of the sensational young rookie, and the tie is shattered. An explosion that sends the Yankees in front 5-2. Willie McCovey opens the San Francisco ninth with a single to center field, and it kindles hopes of the Giants for a last inning triumph. With 1 out, Tom Haller wraps the ball into left center with both Mantle and Tresh in hot pursuit. It's in between them for extra bases. McCovey comes galloping around to score on the 2-bagger, and the Yankee margin is cut to 5-3. Now with 2 out, it's Ed Bailey stepping to the plate. He connects for a long drive to deep right field, but it isn't long enough as Maris gathers it in near the fence, and the Yankees win to take a 3-2 edge in the series. Ralph Terry with his first World Series victory, and Tom Tresh with his home run were the key men. And now it's back to San Francisco. And then came the rain. A West Coast storm has Candlestick Park awash. And for 3 consecutive days, Commissioner Ford Frick is forced to postpone the 6th game. But finally, the sun and helicopters help dry the field. And on the 4th day, action is resumed. The players are eager to get started again. Joe Cronin, president of the American League, and Joe DiMaggio talk over their former days as San Franciscans. Tom Tresh, in his rookie year, has performed like a veteran in World Series play for the Yankees. Willie Mays never seems to lose his zest or his brilliance. Whitey Ford gets ready for another series start, and this time he'll meet an old American League rival, Billy Pierce. The fans are on edge because the Giants are fighting for survival. It's still a scoreless tie in the 4th with 1 out when Ford faces Philippe Ballou, who smashes the ball toward third. Clete Boyer dives for it, but the ball caroms away, and Ballou is safe for the hit. Ford tries to make Mays go for a bad pitch and walks him. Then there's a pickoff attempt at second base by Ford. The ball sails wildly into right field. Philippe Ballou scores all the way from second, and Mays dashes on to third. Orlando Cepeda hammers the ball into deep right center. Mantle and Maris race for it. It's in between them for extra bases. Mays trots home from third, and Cepeda pulls up at second base with a double. Jim Davenport joins the rally by smashing a single right through the middle. Cepeda scores, and the Giants jump out in front 3-0. In the Yankee 5th, Roger Maris steps into Pierce's curveball and slams a drive to deep right field. It's going, it is gone. It was the first hit off Pierce, who had retired 13 straight Yankees, and it cuts the Giant lead to 3-1. With 1 out in the Giant half of the 5th inning, one of Ford's pitches is picked on by Harvey Keene for a line single to left. Chuck Hiller then steps to the plate, loops a short fly into center field. It drops in there safely for a base hit. Keene goes to third. That brings up Philippe Ballou. He drills a single to left field. Keene jogs on home from third base. Hiller stops at second. Orlando Cepeda, with 2 hits already, adds a third with a line single to center. Hiller scores, and the Giants have lengthened their margin to 5-1. Jim Coates is then called in from the bullpen as manager Ralph Houck decides to remove Whitey Ford. The Yankees score once in the 8th. But Pierce starts the 9th by getting trash on a fly to Matty Alou. Mays diving to the ground to avoid a collision. After Mantle is retired, Maris represents the final Yankee hope. Billy strikes him out, and the Giants win 5-2. The series is tied at 3 victories each. Billy Pierce pitching a dazzling 3-hitter. And now the title rides on the final game. It's D-Day at Candlestick. 6 months of baseball now spirals to a climax in just 1 game. Even the vendors and players want to keep personal memories alive on film. Manager Al Dark of the Giants, however, reveals no tension. Nor does Yankee manager Ralph Houck. For the showdown game, it's Ralph Terry pitching for the New York Yankees. For the Giants, their right-handed ace, Jack Sanford. The tense struggle moves into the Yankee 5th without a serious scoring threat on either side. Bill Skowron then bounces a single to left field to lead off the inning for the Yankees. Clete Boyer is the next batter. He singles to left center. The ball is slowed enough on the heavy turf to allow Skowron to move on to third. Sanford now becomes wild and walks Terry. And that brings Tony Kubek to the plate with the bases loaded, nobody out. Kubek hits sharply to Pagan, and it's on to first for a double play, but Skowron scores to give the Yankees a 1-0 lead. Well, Sanford singles to right center in the 6th, becoming the first Giant base runner. In the 7th, with 1 out, Terry grimly proceeds in the task of protecting his 1-0 edge. Willie Mays is immediate problem. Mays connects for a drive that's headed for the left field corner. Trash races over, makes a spectacular running one-handed catch, robbing Mays of at least a double. With 2 out and nobody on, Willie McCovey rockets the ball to center field, landing way out near the 410-foot mark. And McCovey charges on into third with a triple. But the tying run is stranded as Cepeda fans. In the 8th, the Yankees pose another scoring threat with 2 on and nobody out. Sanford now has Mickey Mantle to contend with. Mickey lines the ball to right field for a base hit. Bobby Richardson, breaking toward third, held up, fearing the ball might be caught, and thus is unable to score, and the bases are loaded. Al Dark calls Billy O'Dell to the mound now. Sanford gets a hand from the crowd as he leaves. Roger Maris is at bat with the bases loaded and nobody out. Maris grounds to Chuck Hiller. the second baseman fires to the plate. And the throw is in time to force Richardson. Now it's up to Howard. Bases loaded, 1 out. A hard drive to Davenport. Jim grabs the ball. Steps on third to force Mantle. In the same motion, cuts loose a perfect throw to first base. Then it's a double play. A sensational relief job by Billy O'Dell. Matty Alou leads off for the Giants in the 9th. Beats out a drag bunt. With the score 1-0, he represents the tying run. After one bunt attempt, Philippe Alou swings away. Boyer is relieved that he missed. Philippe then strikes out. Ralph Terry also strikes out Chuck Hiller. Now Elston Howard goes out to talk to Terry, while the menacing Mays steps into the box. Mays hammers the ball down the right field line. Maris, with expert fielding, rushes over, cuts off the ball, keeps it from bounding on toward the fence. He gets his throw away quickly. Straight into the hands of the cutoff man, Bobby Richardson. Bobby whirls and fires the ball to the plate just as Matty Alou is rounding third to head for home. The relay stops him. He has to go back to third while Mays continues to second with a double. And thus the tying and winning runs are in scoring position. Manager Houck talks to Ralph Terry. A tense situation where a base hit could change the picture. And it almost does. Willie McCovey hits a tremendous curving drive to right. But it's a foul ball, and the fans groan. McCovey slashes away again. A sizzling line drive, but it's right at Bobby Richardson. He grabs it as he played McCovey perfectly. The ball is hit with such power, it seems to force Bobby's hands almost to the ground. The Yankees win 1-0 on a brilliant clutch effort by Ralph Terry, the hero of the 20th World Championship won by the New York Yankees, who's carried off the field on the shoulders of his jubilant teammates. An exciting ending to a sensational season that brought thousands of thrills to millions of fans of America's national pastime.